to this short video which is going to run through how to do crow pose, otherwise known in Sanskrit as Bakasana pose, and I'm also going to show you side crow pose, which is Parsva Bakasana. So I know for a lot of people this might bring up a lot of fear and you might automatically think, I can't do this, I'm not going to try it, but I want to show you today that there is a variation for everyone, and try not to let that fear take over. Yoga really gives us the opportunity to come on the mat and try new things and get to know our bodies. So yeah, so for the pose today, what I suggest is if you have a couple of blocks and then an additional block, either you can use a block, blanket or a cushion. This is going to be more for your forehead because I know a lot of us have got that fear of falling. So to begin with, what I would suggest is if you don't practice crow already, it's not about the final pose. What you need to be working on is the strength in your arms, particularly your shoulders, making sure that your wrists are strong as well, and also your core, and also legs as well. So you'll see it's an all over body strengthening pose, so it doesn't matter if you think you've got the balance, you will need a combination of everything else as well. Even flexibility comes into this pose. So a few options for it is, the first one you can take is use your blocks. I'm going to show you side on, but you want to have your blocks lengthways. And then what you would do is you would come and place your feet on the block. Take your feet wide enough so that you can bring your back of your arms to the knees. And you're ideally trying to get the knees into the armpits. But either because I think I've got short arms or maybe don't have enough flexibility, I can't get my knees up into my armpits, so I just try and rest them in the back of the arms, and it might feel quite sore in the beginning if you're not familiar with this pose. So being on the blocks gives you that additional bit of height to come forward, and then you can use the other block here for your forehead if you feel that you're going to fall, or even a cushion. And then what you want to do is bring your hands, and what I suggest is bringing your fingers so that they come in the way slightly and your thumbs are sort of in line with each other, and you place them in front of you, shoulder width apart, or depending on your tightness through your shoulders, you might take them slightly wider. So your palm of your hands are firmly down on the floor here, and then feel that you're pushing the palms away, and then at the same time press into the tips of your fingers, so the finger pads, and then bring the fingers, draw them in the way so your fingers are lifting slightly. And then from here you lift up, move your knees onto the back of the arms, keep the bum lifted here, and rather than placing your gaze down towards you, right in front of you, take your gaze forward. So find a point of focus. Draw in through your belly button so you start to engage the core. Now this might be the first step that you take, and you can play with rocking back and forward, just finding your stability, finding that balance. If you want to then start to, you can lift one foot at a time. As you lift the foot up, just point away with the toe, bring the heel in close to the bum, and you can maybe balance here for a few breaths, suggesting maybe about 3 to 5 breaths. Take it down, then lift the other one. So you're trying to get that heel as close to the bum as you can. And then take a rest. Don't feel that you need to rush right into the pose. If you feel you want to, the next stage is taking flight here. So press through the palms, press the knees into the back of the arms, and then you move the weight forward as the bum starts to lift, bringing the toes as close together, heel close to the bum. And then you're holding it here. Try and stay with your breath, stay focused. And even if you just hover for that 1 second, that's enough. We just keep practicing in yoga. Find that stability, find that focus. So that's one way with the blocks. So if you're not using the blocks, if you feel you've got enough range here, then you'll just do the exact same. So palm of the hands are on the floor, you're lifting up onto the tiptoes, moving your weight forward as the bum starts to lift, gaze looks forward, and then again start to take flight. Might be a bit shaky, I know I am this time round. And then you're holding it here, be with your breath, until however long you feel, and then you come back. So that's your crow pose, a few options there. If you want to just try moving your weight forward, you can also use the block or the cushion in front of you. What you'll do is move forward, and as you come forward, allow your head to rest on the block, and then maybe take one foot off, then the other, and just get used to that feeling of being a bit upside down. Of course, this option means that your gaze looks down to the floor, but that's alright in the first instance to get you feeling a bit more confident to move that weight forward. So for crow pose on the side, This one's a bit more challenging. I'm still working with this one, so I can't do it on both sides. Again, I blame my short arms. So what you want to do for your side crow is, this time you're really engaging through the thighs here, so drawing the inner thighs in. And then you're going to bring your hands down in front of you, and you want to engage that side of the knee on the back of the arm still. The hands will come down, one hand will come right in front of you underneath the shoulder, the other one you're going to have out to the side. So where your hip is, take it a bit more out to the side. Have your hands in line with each other still, or maybe that outside arm away slightly. And then you're going to, same idea, lift up. You might walk the feet out to the side slightly, try and hook that arm as much as you can beside the knee, and then you're going to move your weight forward and then start to lift the feet off. Try and keep hugging those legs together as much as you can, holding it here again just for however long you can, and then bring it back down. And that'll be your side crow. As you'll see, I tried to do it on this side and I can't, so it's still a work in progress. So same idea, move your weight forward. So you've got these sort of chaturanga arms, if you're aware of that pose, where you take the 90-degree angle with the arms, and then start to move your weight forward. As you do, shift your toes out to the side, and then start to lift. So I'm still working here, so I'm still working with lifting those toes. And I know for some of you might just think, I can't do that at all. Well, I've got news for you, you can, with the help of our blocks. So never be scared of props. Never let the ego think that you don't need props. You'll see even the most advanced teachers use props to really develop their practice and develop more advanced poses. So for a side crow, what you can do is you can actually lean the side of the hips on here when you come into your side crow. So what you would do is place the hands back down as if you're coming into it, and then just allow the side of your hips to come down, and then shift yourself until you find what works for you in this pose, and practice with hugging the knees in, leaning into those shoulders, taking that 90-degree angle, and then you might play with one leg, then the other, and this will really start to work your core as well. So that's something that you can also have a play around with. Remember, if you're doing your side poses, to do either side to keep yourself balanced. So hopefully you found those little tips and techniques helpful, and it's something that you can start to incorporate into your practice to be able to try crow at least if you haven't already, or keep developing your crow pose. And just remember that it takes more than getting into the pose, it's all the work that you do along the way. So keep working with strengthening your arms, your shoulders, your core, your legs, and hopefully that will help you take flight. So thank you, and goodbye everyone, see you later. Yeah, that's all from me, and thank you.